This is the Hello World Podcast. Peter, this is really very interesting for me. I'd read case studies of global companies, successful companies. And to cite a few, there are some in the tech or Silicon Valley, in Netflix. There, it's a very popular case study on culture that they give direct feedback to each other. Is giving direct feedback automatically lack of psychological safety? Or is there a way to give direct feedback but yet preserve safety?
I mean, direct feedback can be a symptom of very high psychological safety in that people feel comfortable to be able to do that. But if you think of Google, an American headquartered company, the part of their culture is to be quite direct, isn't it? And in that situation, it's an indicator possibly of high psychological safety. In a different culture, that might not work so well, but you still need a way to make people feel comfortable in challenging the status quo, because that's where innovation comes from.
My takeaway here is the concept of psychological safety. The concept itself is the same across cultures. It's how the culture addresses the barriers to safety that they differ.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard this, the Philippines is not ready for psychological safety. And I actually disagree with that. I think everywhere is ready to look at and try and improve psychological safety. It's just the way that it's done has to be done in a way that's sensitive to the culture of where it's done.
And to your point earlier, it could be providing the right venue, providing the right mechanism for people to be able to speak.
Yes. And even talking to you, it's great to be able to think about those different ways that this could be done in different cultures. And, it would have to be done in a way that is psychologically safe.
And you really got me convinced, Peter. I came into this podcast knowing the concept. I did a few readings on this one. I've heard of this before, and now really understand the biggest impact on me, Peter, is that I'm now thinking. You got me thinking into, did my behaviors the past week, the past month, or this year created higher psychological safety, or did it reduce it? But nothing I can do anymore about the past. Yes,
exactly.
So moving forward, I'll be more conscious with the tips that you mentioned on how a leader should listen more, practice fairness and respect. And I also advocate a more direct approach to feedback or calling things out. I'll also make sure that the team is psychologically safe for us to be able to give and receive. I think it's a two-way process. If you give direct feedback and the other person receives it well, it's psychological safety.
Exactly. A great point, right? The boss needs to feel safe too, that he can direct his employees when direction is needed, right? And sometimes a suggestion is needed. Sometimes a direction is needed, right?
So the managers can also answer that survey. I'm now thinking of analyzing the data from that tool. Employees have their average ratings, and managers too, because to your point, a manager should feel psychologically safe calling out or giving feedback. Now, that's a powerful insight for me.
Hi, this is Louis Banta, CEO and Chief Consultant of LJMB, or Learning Just Made Better. Thanks for watching my video. To get more videos like this, click subscribe and hit the bell icon below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and share this to others.